Yo, welcome back to another video. Let's get right into it.
After making an incredible WWE debut last month, it's been reported that WWE fired Odyssey Jones, and Brian Alvarez said this about his status with the company. There has not been a press release or anything like that, but I've been told Odyssey Jones is fired. Apparently, no arrest at this point, but I was told fired, so that's it for Odyssey Jones. And Fightful Select also provided an update explaining the reason why he was fired. It is not good news. This is what they said. Odyssey Jones was removed from WWE TV when domestic violence allegations came to light, Fightful has learned. We've not heard of an arrest or charges being pressed in relation to the situation. We've reached out to WWE for comment as well as clarification on his status. Talent had not been informed of the situation. This is horrible news. The WWE made the right decision releasing him even though there aren't any charges or arrests. There's no place for anyone in WWE who does something like this. It looked like Jones was going to make an impact on Raw, but those plans are obviously canceled and they will not happen. This is what happens when you do bad things. You lose opportunities and you get fired. I don't think WWE is ever going to bring him back to the company, and I think this is the end for Odyssey Jones and his story with WWE. Anyways, we have some more bad news with WWE. More specifically, it's about WWE wrestlers who curse on TV. As we've seen since The Rock came back, there's been superstars throwing words around that they shouldn't be, and because of this, there was a mandatory meeting, and PW Insider reported this.
I have concluded a very fragile truce.
WWE held a mandatory meeting today. The main news coming out of said meeting is that talents were told to be mindful of not cursing on camera. No specifics, but more so an overall reminder to stay in the proper lane as the company is still technically TV PG programming. That is sad because it's been so much fun to see wrestlers just get a bit more edgy and have that attitude to them. It looks like we're getting closer to the Attitude Era, to be honest with you. Hopefully things are going to change when Raw goes to Netflix. Profanity adds a lot more to the stories. It's just cooler and it makes everything seem more serious. In other news, Cody Rhodes recently spoke out about how fans would have been even more upset if we knew about the original plans WWE had for him at WrestleMania 40 before the entire We Want Cody movement. This is what Cody said. If people knew the real plan for me, they'd be even more angry. I can't share the real plan for you, The Rock's plan, whatever it may be. That was going to be on my mind in terms of how do we make that work? How do we accomplish that? I had a really good team of people around me. That's where DDP hit me with the famous, whatever happens to you will be the best thing that ever happens to you line. And I thought, that's insane. That's madness. I don't have a clue what you're talking about. And he was right, including if it had gone the other way, he would have been right because the audience was what mattered. And I got to be really quiet and I got to say nothing. I got to watch fire grow and I realized maybe I had every right to be confident. Maybe I had every right to not be concerned. It's a good thing that we didn't have to see what WWE had planned for Cody Rhodes. I'm sure it would have been very awkward if Cody just went from wanting to win the WWE title and ending Roman's reign to choosing Seth Rollins for no absolute reason. Hopefully we'll hear about it in a podcast maybe 10, 15, or 20 years from now. Moving over from WWE to AEW, we have to talk about the new lawsuit for All Elite Wrestling. Kevin Kelly and the Tate twins are allegedly suing AEW, Tony Khan, and Ian Riccoboni. These tweets from Wrestling News AV explains it pretty well. Let me read the details. It says, breaking, 3 former talents terminated by the company have brought a lawsuit against All Elite Wrestling, among others. The suit brought by announcer Kevin Kelly and wrestlers Brandon and Brendan Tate was filed on August 30th in the Philadelphia County, Pennsylvania Court of Common Pleas and is seeking to void the arbitration clause of their talent contracts as well as requesting the court certify a class action suit against AEW over claims the company is misclassifying its wrestlers' talents as independent contractors rather than employees. In April, it was reported that the Tate brothers, known professionally as the Boys, were released from their Ring of Honor contracts due to budget cuts, and Ring of Honor owner Tony Khan claimed during the media events that their release was due to no showing several events, a claim that the brothers deny. That claim is now at the center of the defamation allegation against Khan by the Tate brothers. Real name Kevin Foot Kelly is seeking monetary damages, claiming, among other things, that AEW breached his contract and has interfered with the ability to find work elsewhere. Also named in the lawsuit is AEW announcer Ian Riccoboni, whom Kelly also seeks monetary damages from. Kelly, who joined AEW in June 2023 after working as the English-speaking commentator for New Japan, was fired from his position as an AEW play-by-play announcer in March after he went public on his social media expressing his frustration with the company and Ian. Attorney Stephen P. New released a statement saying, "I applaud the bravery of these plaintiffs in bringing this long overdue action, challenging the misclassification of pro wrestlers as independent contractors instead of employees. We know we are in for a long, hard fight, but in the end, I believe justice always prevails." It'll be interesting to see what happens with this case. I will keep you guys updated with any new details that come in the future. And finally, we have some interesting clips of Hulk Hogan on Logan Paul's podcast, Impulsive. The first clip.
Is that it? Okay, that looks like that's all that was the Logan Paul podcast. And what Hulk Hogan said. Hulk Hogan always been controversial.